Hello and welcome to this week's video. Thank you for taking the time to watch this again. Today we're going to look at a couple of different things. The first thing is an introduction. Hopefully you've all managed to get a groove going after looking at last week's video and reading all the associated stuff with that. This week, an introduction which is a short piece that leads us into our groove. Now, the introduction we're going to look at today is a really straightforward one, as is the break we're going to look at in a few minutes' time. The introduction is a call and response piece. As the leader of the group, you will play a rhythm which goes like this. I like banging a drum. That's your phrase. You don't need to tell the group that phrase, that's how you remember it. I like banging a drum. Their response is bang, bang. 2 hits or shakes on their instruments, or 2 claps if you're doing this by clapping. It works just as well with clapping as it does with instruments. Okay? So, we do that 3 times. It goes like this. I like banging a drum, boom, boom. I like banging a drum, boom, boom. I like banging a drum, boom, boom. 4th time, banging a drum I like, and the response, everyone shouts, hey, as loud as they can. So, 3 times boom, boom, 4th time hey. Let's put all that together now and have a go. So it goes, I like banging a drum, boom, boom. I like banging a drum, boom, boom. I like banging a drum, boom, boom. Banging a drum I like, hey. As soon as the group have shouted hey, they start playing all their different samba rhythms in time with each other. Now at this point, they might not get that straight away. That's fine, practice makes perfect. One of the things, particularly when you're learning to work with rhythm and learning how to run a group like this, you become hypersensitive to any mistakes that the group make and start thinking, oh dear, I've done that wrong. The chances are you haven't done anything wrong if the group is making mistakes at this stage. The chances are that's just a natural learning process that the group's going through in order to learn how to play samba, and it's a very, very natural process, and it's very funny. A lot of the humour of working with rhythm and a lot of the humour and fun of working with a group is using that kind of excitement and laughing at mistakes and having fun with it. So at this point, if they don't get the intro into the groove right first time, it doesn't matter. It will sometimes take 3, 4, 5 goes to get that nice and smooth. That's quite alright. That's something that the group needs to go through to get there. So obviously we can now hopefully play an introduction. We can play a groove. We need to do some things in the groove now to make it more interesting. The best way of doing that is by playing what we call a break. Now in the groove we've got all the different instruments or all the different rhythms being played simultaneously and in time with each other. For a break, we all come together, play the same thing for a short space of time before going back to the groove. This is a very, very simple concept that sounds complicated whenever I explain it. The first break we're going to look at is called a 5-beat break. Now, the way this works, I'll count 4 and clap a 5-beat break for you. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just 5 hits or shakes on the instruments. Rehearse that with the group, do it exactly as I've done it. Say I'm going to count 4, I'm going to play a break. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then say I'm going to count 4. As a group, we're going to play a 5-beat break. Let's have a go. 1, 2, 3, 4. At this point, don't be surprised if you get some 6 or 7 beat breaks. It's par for the course, that's fine. Keep going until the whole group can just play those 5 notes in time with each other. How do you get from the break back into the groove? Same as you do from the intro. You shout hey. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hey! And everybody starts playing. The reason we learn things this way round is you've got the same, what we call a pickup. You've got a vocal pickup where we shout hey and start playing the groove. With an introduction, you play the 3 times boom boom, then you do the last time with the vocal pickup, and then you go into the groove. They're used to shouting a vocal pickup and playing the groove. So when you're playing a break, keeping it the same, it's easier for people to pick up. They've got a vocal pickup into a groove. The fact that you're playing a 5-beat break in front of it rather than an introduction is largely irrelevant. The trick is, how do you get from the groove into the break in the first place? Okay. No matter how many times you explain this, groups will never get this right first time, or most groups will never get this right first time. So if you get a group that picks this up first time, consider yourself very lucky. What you need to explain very, very carefully is when the group is playing a groove, you will give this sign. This means you're going to play a 5-beat break. What should the group do when they see this sign? Ask the question. They will invariably say, play a 5-beat break. That's the incorrect answer. When you do this, it means you're going to play a 5-beat break in a minute. What you want the group to do is keep playing all their rhythms. It's just a signal to let people know what's going to happen in a minute. Okay? So, we have a signal. Everyone has seen and understood we're going to play a break. You're going to count 4. Making sure when you count 4 in the groove, you're always starting from the beginning of each new cycle. Yeah? Particularly listen to the Surdos and Repaniques with the pattern there playing that boom boom dagga dagga boom boom ba. 1, 2, 3, 4. You count 4. Whilst you're counting 4, everybody still plays their groove. When you counted 4, the whole group together, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hey! Boom, boom, dagga, dagga, boom, boom, ba, whatever the rhythms are you're using. That is about the trickiest thing you need to teach in samba, how to play something in a groove. So what we've got is an introduction, or from where you're looking, an introduction, obviously. We've got an introduction. Stop making yourself laugh. We have an introduction, we come into the groove. When we're playing the groove, we've now got a system set up of signals. You give a signal, people see and understand the signal, you count 4, the group do whatever it is you're giving them a signal for. Now you can set up any signal you want to do anything you want with the group at this stage. Once they understand that basic principle, you give a signal, you count 4, they do something. Now, it doesn't matter, you can do lots of different breaks. We'll look at a couple of different breaks, we'll look at some different introductions next time round. We'll look at some solos as well, because you can set up systems by, you give a signal, you count 4, everyone stops, and then a specific instrument group will continue with their rhythm for a bit of a solo, or they can even change their rhythm, whichever you want to do. The key is getting that system set up in the first place. The way to do it is with a 5-beat break, because it's so similar to the introduction with the vocal pickup. So to recap for the break, teach the break on its own. Count 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, everyone plays, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hey! Okay, once they can do that, we need to put it in the groove. How you explain this is vital. Groups of children invariably do exactly what you've asked them to do, rather than what you think you've told them to do. So, how explicit and how clear you are in this is very, very important. So you need to tell the group exactly what's expected of them. The way I word it is like this. Okay, we can play a break, we can shout hey. As soon as we shout hey, we can go into the groove. We know we can shout hey and play the groove because we do it with the introduction. So what's going to happen is when we're playing the groove, I will give this sign. What do you do when you see this sign? Keep playing your rhythms. Okay? That's just to let you know what's going to happen in a minute. When I know you've all seen and understood the signal, I will count 4. What do you do while I'm counting 4? That's right, keep playing your rhythms. When I've counted 4, we all play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hey, and go back into the groove. Does that make any kind of sense? Excellent. Let's have a go. Starting with the introduction, we're going to go into the groove, and then we're going to play some breaks. It can sometimes take 2, 3, 4, 5 times to get the break right, but once you've done that, you've set up all the things you need to set up to add whatever you want into your samba groove in the future. You've got the system set there, so it's vital that you take the time to get that really slick. Okay? I hope that's been of help. Thank you all so much for your comments. I'm getting masses and masses and masses of comments coming back to me saying how much you're appreciating this and how useful it's been. So thank you very much. Please spread the word. Anyone else you think who hasn't found the website who you might want to give a nudge in the right direction, that would be really appreciated. Until next time, thank you very much.